my life's passion, not my job, but my passion has always been since I was a little boy, marine biology. I'm Hawaiian, connected to the ocean. Being raised in Iowa is always like having this. I actually studied in Iowa, but I'm wanting to get back to the ocean. So it's been there in my whole life, being able to meet scientists, being able now, getting the gift of playing Aquaman and having, it's crazy having kids look up to you, but now it's like, it's just really my passion to be able to put films like this on the map, work with the UN, do different things where I get to help with activism, try to stop single-use plastic or at least bring awareness and give people a choice instead of plastic. So all those things, I think I just kind of put out in the universe. I really wanted it. About 2 weeks later, this film, I was, I knew what was going on with the deep sea mining, but some of the things that this film opened up, it's just, we were doing the VO for it, and it's the first time I've really got emotional and crying when I was doing it, and it's just emotional. There's moments where I'm a dad, and you have kids, and I care about the next generation, and we're destroying it. And the news, this film leaves you like a great film's supposed to. You know what I mean? Like, that's why we're at Sundance. It's like it lives with you for the week. You talk about it. It sparks up the conversation. It pisses you off. It shows you something you've never seen. It's beautiful, the imagery. My voice is actually fucking amazing. I didn't know that. No.
You have a deep voice, We'll go with that. We've been running on that for a while too, Jason.
Anywho, so yeah, it was nice. The film just offers so much, and I just watched it again this morning, and I get emotional in certain points.
While making the film, I realized that going through myself actually was a very difficult time, and part of it actually was during the pandemic. So as a world we're going through this, I keep digging into this, crazy story and see wow, where's hope? What can we do? And during that time, actually during all the pandemic, almost 2 years of pandemic, we start building up a big impact campaign. So I put a team together, a world-class team of communication and advertising experts, really to be sure that when the film goes out, we are ready and we're not missing this opportunity. Because I had this experience with Atlantis Arc in 2018 when I came to Sundance, where we didn't really add any campaign ready. The film went super well, a lot of festival, but people, were coming to me and said so what can I do? What can we do? So we're very happy actually to have that platform that's going to be launched with the release of the film. It's ready, and that's something I've been very careful about. Not being an activist doing the film, still being an artist, still being an author, having a voice, where I feel, because in a way I want to make the film I would like to see. So I'm not, and I have a lot of funding that comes from foundation or people who might wanted more impact or more narrative into it that go throughout that type of messaging. But for me, the film itself it should be a cinema. It should be a piece of art. It should be something you just watch and love as one piece, and not being too much impact within it. But I think the cinema has that power to trigger emotion. And I think I'm hoping that film is good enough to really trigger emotion and bring people to a space that not just talking to the head, but really talking to the heart and guts, and go out of the screening or cinema or wherever they watch the film at home on any platform. They are in a state of mind where they really want to do something, and then we can provide the tools.
I would like to add a little bit before was something that you said, that this is a scary thing. What do you think? What the impact will be? I feel guilty because as a scientist, I've been dealing with this for years. I'm talking about decades. Teaching at my university in Chile, La Austral University, to my students geoethics, and passing the message that this is something that we need to be aware of. And I'm not getting anywhere. 20 students every semester, that's nothing. I feel guilty, as I said, because I'm passing this panic, let's put it with the destruction of the deep sea, to my friends here. Because you feel compelled with the story, you managed to put this one in such a words, in such a beautiful pictures, with a very deep voice narrating this storyline, is making my panic to everyone. So for me, it is success as a scientist. To the second question, I mentioned several times, it is not possible to do deep sea mining. We should not do it, period. Every single site of mining, to get the profit of expending the energy, CO2 production, because there is some boats going to be at sea, robots going 4 kilometers down, to make it profitable, they have to dig 3,000 square kilometers each mine. And in the Clarion-Clipperton zone, there are 16 contractors. Multiply that one for 3,000. So I don't need to do science. I don't need to go sampling. It is common sense that we should not do it. The biggest open pit mine of copper, which in the environmental impact very notoriously by satellite images, is Chile, Chuquicamata. But it's only 15 square kilometers. And we are talking about 3,000. So what will happen is terrible. It should not happen. We need to bring back, and they are helping me with this, to put in this one in the right words, in the right narrative, not the scientific formulations and percentages and stuff that we do, and we publish in very technical journals, but with the touching the people, every single, the young one, the small one, the toddlers, the ancient people, and that this is something that we should not do. We should not do it, not because I am a conservationist or from any other age. I don't belong to anyone. I can see that it's not possible. The ocean is the one who regulates every single ecological function of this planet and allows you and to me to live. And if we are going to destroy it, what is next? So we will have he says he's a father, I'm a father too. I need to tell my kids, you know what, go to the beach and put your feet in the water, but only 15 minutes, because after that, you will start having a problem with the acidity of the water. We don't want that.
You know, in China, they have cars that they're making that have nothing to do with nickel, nothing to do with cobalt, and at a cost that's affordable vehicles. You can tell them the story.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's,
need to have that.
yeah, I think that's a very, very, very central point of deep rising. And, you know, you see it in a film. There's a debate. There's a big debate right now saying that we need X amount of nickel and cobalt to fuel the green revolution. And it is true. You know, I'm not saying we should not electrify the grid. We should not electrify. We should move it away from fossil fuel and go into electrification. This is correct. And we need, but the problem is we don't need nickel at the first place. So the debate right now to know if the nickel that comes from under the rainforest in Indonesia is better than the nickel from the deep ocean. Maybe the nickel from the deep ocean might be better for the planet. I don't know. You know, we don't actually have all the science to say it. But the point is, the first argument is flawed, because at the first place we don't need it. So I think it's kind of a wrong debate, basically. And in order to move away from fossil fuel, we need to move away from extractivism, from extraction as a practice. And there's a solution for that. So recycling, reuse. I mean, Jason is doing an incredible job with aluminum bottles, but you can recycle them, you can reuse them. We have an enormous amount of aluminum and iron available we can build a battery with. Green hydrogen, and a very good example of green fuel that can be used forever. You know, you're just making steam, water, and just back to you know, H2O. You split, you have oxygen and hydrogen. I mean, there's solution out there. So we really have to empower those solutions.